Hi guys, it's Sue, I'm just Phoebe, and today I am filming the last Doctor Who review I'll be filming until the new year because I'm busy with Vlogmas right now, so you get those for the next couple of days. So yeah, today's review is my review on the Vanquishes. This is the last episode of Doctor Who Series 13, and there is a lot to get through, so without any further ado, let's get on with it. Just got a little cupboard of YouTube stuff here, so that's what I was watching this with my good friends Michael and Eric, who are from the Gallifrey Multiverse YouTube channel. I'll link that down below. This video is also sponsored by Doctor Who Addicts, a Doctor Who group which I manage. I will link their Facebook down below because it's easier to have their Facebook. It's easier to link their Facebook. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, I have no words with this final. This final was on point from the beginning to end. Now, what I liked particularly about this particular final is that it was slowly kind of unravelling some of the answers, but doesn't give us enough answers yet, which I kind of liked. I also liked the Daleks and Cybermen in this. I thought they were amazing. Now, me and Michael both agreed that the Grand Serpent is getting annoying. He was like, what was the point of him? What was the point of that Grand Serpent type character? That gets a down from me on the whole video and review type thing. That gets a down. I don't even know what the point of him was. That just gets a down from me, that does. I did like, however, the Daleks and Cybermen in this episode. I loved the Sontarans. I loved Carvanista. I loved pretty much everything about it. I loved pretty much everything about this review. Like, I loved everything about this episode. I thought this episode was very inventive, and I just thought that this is probably really good. Also, the Doctor being in 3 different places at once, I thought that reminded me so much of Stolen Earth and Journey's End, with 3 Doctors: the Dr. Donna, the Meta-Crisis Doctor, and the normal Doctor, but this all had the same Doctor. I liked Kate Stewart in this. She was really good, on point, and I just absolutely loved her character. Her character was that person that you kind of love, and she's obviously made her appearance in Doctor Who since her father died, and it's just really nice to see. The Sontarans, having the Doctor dealing with the flux the way she did, like having the Sontarans, basically their main plan was to absorb the antimatter from the flux into their ships and invite the Daleks and Cybermen along. But the Doctor did have a plan. Her plan was to let the Daleks and Cybermen get sucked up by the flux, which I thought was absolute genius in this. I thought it was absolute genius having the Sontarans and Cybermen absorbed up by the flux. It was absolutely fantastic to have that. I don't even know why, but it was absolutely fantastic to have that, the flux taking away the Daleks and Cybermen. Obviously, it's not the end, but the universe was just quiet after that, which is amazing. I also think this final doesn't overdo it either. I think this final doesn't overdo it and finds a simple solution. Obviously, the Doctor's in like 3 places at once. She's with Yaz and Dan, she's with the Division, she's basically in 3 places at any one time. And I kind of like that. I think it adds a definitely amazing part to the story, having the Doctor being in like several different places at once. It definitely is intriguing like that, and I definitely did enjoy this final. What I did also like about this final is that it doesn't give you all the answers. It kind of comes up with a solution to what the flux is. Like, the Doctor puts one of those like passenger people in front of it, and and the flux is just absorbed by it at the end. And this is an hour long. The final's like an hour long, and it chucks everything at you, which might seem to some people, it might seem that the final is slightly rushed a bit. It might seem that way, that the final is slightly rushed a bit with the whole, like, the flux and that. But I don't think necessarily it was rushed. I thought the final was very well good, and it also shows the best CGI we've seen in a long time, with the Daleks and Cybermen ships and the Sontaran ships all being on the Lupari shield. I also liked how the Sontarans destroyed the Lupari. I mean, it annoys me because obviously the Doctor's last of her kind and now Carvanista's the last of his, but I did like that. Also, what I did like about the episode is Jeffro. Now, Jeffro dies in the end of this, and what I like about it is he's such a likeable character that when he does die by the flux, you can really feel the pain for him dying like that. He sacrifices himself to save Claire, Carvanista, Vinda, Belle, the Doctor, Yaz, Dan. He sacrifices himself, which is really lovely. Which is really, really, really lovely. It's just nice to know that Jeffrey was such a likeable character, that his death actually means something. I don't normally say that in reviews, because some characters' deaths, you don't really like them and their death doesn't really matter to nothing, but Jeffro's death is different. I really liked Jeffro in this particular season, this episode as well. I really did like him, as for 3 episodes, as he was in the Village of the Angels and then the Survivors of the Flux and then obviously the Vanquishes. It's really nice to know that he was such a likeable character in those 3 episodes, and it's really nice to know that his death means something in the episode. It's nice to know his death means something. Like, I don't say that often. Like, I don't say that often at all, but Jeffro's character, it really made you want to feel something. It really kind of meant something when he died, and it's all really nice that his death meant something. So that's what I felt with his character. It was like really good when he died. Like, you felt something for him. You felt sorry that he was going to die, or like there was no way out for him when he was on the Sontaran ship. Also, what I like about this is the TARDIS is starting to get better. This is obviously the first time we see the TARDIS in quite a while. Obviously, we didn't see the TARDIS inside of the TARDIS in Survivors of the Flux, so it's quite nice. Also, the Doctor has a sonic screwdriver back, which is nice because I know a lot of the 13th Doctor seasons have been like her waving the sonic screwdriver about, but it was nice seeing the sonic screwdriver again in the finale. It was nice seeing that again. Like, it's just like a little reminder. We hadn't seen it for a while. Here it comes again. So that was like a nice element to the story, I think. And also, I do like everything building up towards the end. Like, all hell breaks loose. I might have criticised Village of the Angels because of the whole Doctor and the Weeping Angel kind of stuff. That's still good. Also, what I like is the fact that the Doctor still has the fob watch, and just at the end of the episode, she opens up the TARDIS storage banks, I think it's a storage bank, and she goes, keep this safe, keep this hidden, keep it somewhere where I can't find it unless I really ask for it. So obviously the fob watch contains the Doctor's missing memories, her history, or her incarnations, but what she does is she doesn't open it. She asks the TARDIS to keep it hidden inside somewhere in the TARDIS where she can't ever find it unless she really asks for it. Now, I have to make a point on this because obviously the fob watch is going to make a reappearance at some point. This is obviously going to make a reappearance at some point. But I do like the Doctor's dialogue of saying the TARDIS has to hide this somewhere she can't ever find it unless she really asks for it. So yeah, I do like that element. Like, I do like the fact that the Doctor does ask the TARDIS to look after it, because I'm presuming that if she keeps hold of it, the Doctor will open it. So if the fob watch is out of mind, out of sight, then she can't open it because the TARDIS has got it safe. I do like how Swarman and Shield are almost to open this, and it almost gave the Doctor her missing memories back. But because obviously the Doctor was all over time and space, because obviously she's all over time and space, it does feel like she can't get her missing memories back because she's not whole yet. Also, I like how Kate Stewart ended up in 1904 where Yaz and Dan were. I thought that was an interesting element to it. I do like the Fob Watch, and I'm glad after series 3 it's made like a reappearance. I mean, it hasn't been relevant, but I do like how the Fob Watch has made a reappearance in this series. Like, that's what I do like. That's what I do like. That this has made a reappearance, and it's just been like, yeah, well, I'm so glad the Fob Watch has made a return. I definitely want to see it more in the specials, but yeah, I definitely do like it. I like Diane in this. I didn't really like how when she turned Dan down after he said, "Let's go for a drink." But that's just because Diane's been running on adrenaline for some time, and it's sort of been a bit like, you know, it's sort of been a bit all over the place for her. I do like how Belle and Vinda decide to stay with Carbonista on his ship, you know, to like look after him and basically keep him company. Basically, Belle and Vinda are acting like his companions, really, which I think is so lovely. I also like how the Doctor worked out. That Carbonista was the Doctor's companion a long time ago in the division. I do like that element to it. I definitely do like that. I don't know, I just love it a lot. And I just definitely think that it was worth having Carbonista in as an element to the story. But the fact that the Doctor all works this out is just absolutely fantastic. Like, it's all absolutely fantastic. And I just loved every single minute of this season. Now, I did say that if this season kept up the standards, I would declare this the best season of Doctor Who ever. And I was right. I'm declaring this season the best season of Doctor Who ever at the moment. Because this series was on point. It had some really good episodes, and some episodes like The Village of the Angels, which is a questionable episode, which I will admit is questionable. The Village of the Angels episode is definitely questionable, but apart from that, I would give this episode a 10 out of 10 and the series a 10 out of 10 as well. I completely loved this series, and I just think it is fantastic, and I'm giving it a solid 10 out of 10 series. Absolutely. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you guys subscribe to my good friends Michael and Eric. I'll leave their YouTube channels down below, and also our Gallifrey Multiverse YouTube channel down below as well. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please make sure you click that big red subscribe button to get notifications, and also click the notifications bell to get notifications every single time I upload. I've been Phoebe. You've been amazing. Have a wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey day.